In mathematics, a function is a relationship between inputs, independent variable, often referred to as x, and outputs, dependent variable, often referred to as y. Every function has a domain and a range. Imagine you're a chef preparing for a party with 10 to 50 guests. Each guest will eat 1 to 3 servings of food. The domain is the number of guests, 10 to 50. The range is the total amount of food needed, 10 to 150 servings. Consider a function y equal to f of x. We have y to be the range and f of x is the domain. If y is equal to of x, then the domain of is the set of input values, x, that you can use to get an output. The range of is the set of output values, y, that result from those inputs. How can you determine the domain of a function? 1. In rational functions, exclude any values that make the denominator 0. 2. In square roots, the expression inside must be non-negative. 3. For logarithms, the argument must be positive. Example 1. Find the domain of function 6x plus 2. Because this is a linear function, there are no restrictions on x, so my domain is all real numbers. Example 2. Find the domain of 1 over x minus 4. This is a rational function, and as such we must consider the denominator and find the value of x that makes the denominator 0. This value must be excluded from the domain. For this example, we have that the domain is all real numbers except at x equal to 4. Example 3. We consider a radical function. We all know that radical functions cannot take a negative value. If x is less than negative 2, then I will have a negative value inside my radical. So the domain is all real numbers except where x is less than negative 2. Let's talk about range. How can we determine it? First, check the type of function. Use the graph to find the range and note any restrictions from operations used. We consider our earlier examples and see what the range would be considering the domains we have already. For the first one, the range is all real numbers since no matter what we put as x, we can get any real number as output. The second example, there is no value of x that makes the function 0, hence I can't have 0 as my output. So the range is all real numbers except 0. The last example, the range is all real numbers greater than or equal to 0 since the lowest value I can get from my radical is 0. Knowledge check. Find the domain and range of 2 over x minus 3. Key takeaways. The domain refers to all possible input values, while the range represents all potential output values. Make sure you remember how to determine them for different types of functions. Thank you for watching.